This is Mel Pine with an episode of From the Pure Land podcast. The headline today is Curmudgeonly Thoughts About Thanksgiving. Curmudgeonly Thoughts About Thanksgiving. As a Buddhist, gratitude is inherent in my being. And as usual, if you'd like to read it as a blog post and see the photo attached, go to melpine, MELPINE, .substack.com. Substack is SUBSTACK. I mention that particularly because I sometimes use an AI graphics bot, and I asked it to give me a cartoonish illustration of a grumpy turkey, and I love the resulting image. It may show up on in your podcast app, I'm not sure, but it will show up if you go to Substack. I begin with a quote from Bhante Gunaratana. And I heard him say this in a Thanksgiving retreat I went to years ago at the Bhavana Society in West Virginia. He says, I find it curious that every year Americans slaughter 50 million turkeys to express their gratitude. I find it curious that every year Americans slaughter 50 million turkeys to express their gratitude. Now, I chose that quotation not because I want everybody to abstain from eating turkey. That's really an individual choice, but rather just to question how we go about expressing gratitude. Of course, this blog and podcast are intended to raise questions for contemplation. Answers, if there are such things, are of course up to the individual. The idea for the post came when I was meditating in one room and my wife was listening to a dharma talk in another room. And I could hear little bits and pieces filtering into my consciousness. And what she was listening to had to do with gratitude. Of course, that made sense. It was 4 days before the U.S. holiday of Thanksgiving. Now, my inclination as a contrarian was to buck the trend. You know, everybody will be doing blogs about and podcasts about gratitude. What can I poke holes in that? What can I look at in that? You know, but what could be wrong with gratitude, right? Countless Buddhist teachers suggest incorporating it into our practice. For one example, in an essay by teacher Jonathan Barella about making mindful gratitude part of one's daily practice, he writes, Evolutionary psychology describes an adaptation called the Zargonic effect, which predisposes the human mind to notice what's wrong more easily than what is right. It might have served our ancestors well, who had to survive in the wild and build a society from the ground up. But for people like us who have time and space and safety to come and sit in meditation together and not to have to worry about anything, at least for the moment, an unmindfulness of this habit tends to lead us to worry about things when there is nothing to worry about. So a mindful practice of cultivating gratitude can help to correct for this habit and bring our mind back to center where there is peace and a more holistic and balanced view of the way things actually are. part of my daily practice is reflecting on these words, seeing its many wonderful qualities. I rejoice and delight in this human life. Contemplating those words daily, as well as other parts of my practice, has led me to a state of constant joy and gratitude for my life as it is, warts and all. It's my baseline. If one of those warts distracts me from the baseline, I quickly remember that I love it too. This is known as one taste in Buddhism, to accept everything that comes one's way without trying to separate the wanted from the unwanted. Of course, there's the famous quotation from the third Chinese patriarch of Zen, "The great way is not difficult for those who have no preferences." The great way is not difficult for those who have no preferences. Of course, having no preferences is a lot to ask. Instead, consider recognizing that preferences are just that. They're unrelated to the satisfaction you feel or don't feel with your life. Now, we're getting closer to my grumpiness about gratitude, or more accurately, some ways that thankfulness is expressed. I feel gratitude for being alive in human form in the world as I perceive it. Thanks to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha, and my individual teachers, I maintain a daily practice that reminds me I live in a pure land. That's a lot to be thankful for. So gratitude is an essential part of my being. If you don't have a practice that is leading or has led you to constant joy and gratitude, consider beginning one with a daily component of cultivating gratitude and appreciation for what is. Where I suggest caution is gratitude that is intertwined with ego and preferences. Thankfulness for one thing over another. I had a blessed moment yesterday of listening to music played and sung by a group of friends and listened to by others in this circle of friendship. It's a group of friends with a band that has a close following in my area, certainly with a lot of friends in my area. They live in close to me. And so when they do a concert close to me, the concert is filled with other people I know and friends of all of ours. And it was a delightful time that I had. And I found myself meditating and contemplating love and friendship. I wasn't thankful for this particular group of friends as much as I love them, or this particular genre of music as much as I appreciate it. I was grateful for friendship and how music drew us together. As Thanksgiving approaches for those of us in the United States, I suggest caution about feeling and expressing gratitude for Aunt Mary's apple pie as opposed to Uncle Charlie's pumpkin, feeling pride in how many compliments you got for your stuffing or how many compliments you gave to others, rating the quality of the blessing or the eloquence of one toast over another. Just be thankful for it all. And consider refraining from putting your loved ones on the spot to name something they're grateful for. The result will be embarrassment for the shy ones and temptations to show off for others. These may seem like small quibbles, and they are. Consider them goads to just evaluate how the small stuff influences your spiritual growth. And I'd like to end with a musical bonus from those friends I listened to last night. I think I want to share it in part because its message is so meaningful, I think, today. The group of friends, my friends, is called Andrew McKnight and Beyond Borders. You can easily find them by searching Andrew McKnight on YouTube or whatever app you use. And the group is called Andrew McKnight and Beyond Borders. They're 4 friends of mine. And Beyond Borders is the name of the song. Here it goes.
Let the journey continue wherever it may lead us into this wide open unknown ahead of us. Grateful for every moment. Grateful for the open hands and the open heart. Let us begin Beyond Borders. My travels traverse so much shaky ground. I am broken but unbound. Push past the boundary lines that I have drawn. Endless frontiers all around. For I am present in the future and the past. With open hands and open heart. Feel the thunder drum within my chest. Ready now to do my part. I hear sounds of tongues I do not know, and I feel ancient wisdom gathered around me from Asia and Africa and Appalachian hills. Now I know I'm not alone. Beyond borders, beyond our sight, beyond ourselves, beyond borders, beyond our sight, beyond ourselves. Rainforest clearing and savanna plain, noon of time, the dawn of man. Mystery running through and thread so strong. Magic healing's living strand. I hear sounds of tongues I do not know, and I feel ancient wisdom gathered around me from Asia and Africa and Appalachian hills. Now I know I'm not alone. Beyond borders, beyond our sight, beyond ourselves, beyond borders, beyond our sight, beyond ourselves. knowledge to come, the echo of our human song. Waymakers wait for me beyond the lights, and it's my time where I belong. I hear sounds of tongues I do not know, and I feel ancient wisdom gathered around me from Asia and Africa and Appalachian hills. Now I know I'm not alone. Beyond borders, beyond our sight, beyond ourselves, beyond borders, beyond our sight, beyond ourselves, beyond borders, beyond our sight, beyond ourselves, beyond borders, beyond our sight, beyond Thank you all so very much. Have a great evening, y'all. Thank you.
And may all of you in the US and elsewhere live in a perpetual state of joy and gratitude.